Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in Jeep and Exploring. My name is Tim, and today we are going to be doing a install and gear review for you on a tailgate table for a Jeep JL Wrangler. And the folks at Suparee a couple weeks ago reached out to us and wanted us to do a partnership, and we looked through their extensive line of products on their website for pickups, SUVs, and Jeeps, and we already had their rock lights. We liked those real well, so we thought we'd do something different. And with all the overlanding and camping I've been doing recently, one thing I did not have was a tailgate table, and I had been wanting one of those. So I decided we would do that. And another thing I liked about this product, it is very budget friendly. This is less than $100. I know the time of the year, we're in election season, things are rough on everybody, so we wanted to do something that we felt that was affordable for everybody. So this is what we're going to do today. We got it unboxed and everything already. One thing that I realized, this does not come with instructions, so I done a little bit of looking up beforehand to see, how to install this. So I'm going to show that to you and show, what not to do. It does come with all the bolts and everything you need to install it, and also comes with the tools. If you don't have your own, we do have our own, so we'll be using those. Now on the JLs, you will have to drill into your plastic trim piece, so you got to be willing to do that. I know on the JKs, you have to actually drill into the metal and tap your own holes for 2 screws, but the JLs already have the screw holes behind your plastic from the factory, so that's good news. It also does come with a little tool piece to pop your plastic off. We already got ours off and everything and cleaned it a little bit. It's pretty dusty back there. We go through a lot of trails, but anyways, let's get after installing this, and we're going to show you guys, and in the end we'll talk about a nice link we got for you guys and a discount for you, so stay tuned. All right, as you guys can see, we got our ours popped off already. Now the first thing you will do is it pops off from the side here, and then your centerpiece here will pop out first, and then after that you will just pull this from the side and the whole middle piece pops off. Now, as you can see, we already drilled our holes here. You got your mounting points, you got 2 on top here, and then you're going to have this hole right here, and then you're going to have this hole right here. Now, it doesn't have a template or anything, so we're going to show you here. Now, we drilled a hole right here. There was a little indentation there, but if you want to measure that, that would probably be good an idea. You could measure from hole to hole. And then this one here, we just drilled directly in the middle between this indentation here. So you've just got 2 holes that you drill for the bottom for that. And then this centerpiece, you got 2 holes here. I get my camera on it. 2 holes there that you will have drilled. Now, there was already placed there, as you can see. I just drilled out the center of what was already there, so that was plugged, but we just drilled out the middle of that. So the centerpiece was really easy, actually. So the bottom here was needed a little bit more attention. Like I said, I recommend taking a tape measure to that, but really not bad at all. One thing I do also make sure you do when you pull this off, these little green clips like to pull off and they stay in there, so make sure you get those out and put those back on. So anyways, that is really not bad getting that off. Again, it just pops off. You pop the centerpiece off first, but let's get after it, and we will start working on the install. All right, now we got our plastic back on here. Now you can see one thing you don't want to do. This was a mistake I made. No big deal. Is there's three holes on top. I wasn't thinking it does not require all three holes, and I also had drilled a hole in the middle. I didn't show that to you a minute ago because that's not necessary. But now I'm stuck with a hole in the middle of my P. So no big deal. So you just do need the two outsides, and then you got two in the bottom. So you got four total. And then it's going to come with these four spacers here, and this is going to be what your screws go through, and it also holds it off your tailgate a little bit. So we're just going to plug all four of these holes here. And then we are going to get the tailgate and the table for the tailgate, and we're going to start putting that on. All right, now one thing I didn't show here is the opening is big enough on each of these sides that allows you to adjust it up and down. So you definitely want to make sure this is level in order to get this to be able to shut right and everything. So we got our trusty little level here. We're going to put that on there and try to get that lined out. All right, you can see that. And then you got this little pin here that pulls up and holds this top part shut. And then you have your two screw holes here on the bottom that we got to put in. So we're going to put those in and then get the bottom piece on. Now I am using, it comes with these long screws here, and they got a washer on them. So again, it doesn't tell you what to do in the instructions, or don't have instructions, but it's pretty self-explanatory if you look at your hardware. Probably a good idea to not tighten this completely up until you get this hole lined up, and then tighten down accordingly. So one thing I have noticed right off the bat after unboxing it, these are the latches that the bottom table folds up and latches to, and upon unboxing I have noticed that this one is missing one of the rivets. So what I'm going to do to fix that, I don't know if that's a common problem or not, but what I'm going to do to fix it is I got some little self-tapping screws that I think I'm going to put in there. I think that's going to hold it better than these little rivets anyway. So no big deal for me. Maybe a big deal for you, but I'm just going to put a little screw in there, and that'll hold that in there, and then we will get back after it. All right, guys, we got the bottom piece right here, and the best way I have found to attach the bottom and then the cables on top is to use these latches here and just hang it off of those and kind of let that hold it in place, and that pretty much gets you right about where you need to be to put your screws down here. Now what you'll be doing down there is for the bottom is you got one screw that comes in, and then you got this spacer that goes in between here, and then you got your nut and a lock washer that goes on the outside. So we're going to get those put in, and then get the side cables put in. They're basically the same way. All right, so down here, the bottom two does take a 10 millimeter, and the top two that holds the cable on are 8 millimeter. I do believe, yeah, 8 millimeter. So you will definitely need, if you don't use the wrench that it comes with, you'll need those two sockets. If you do use the wrench that it comes with, it has both sides, as well as it does come with two Allen wrenches that you can use because they're two different sizes, but we got a multi-tool here that has every size on. So let's get these two sides put on. All right, guys, we got the bottom two in place here. You don't want to get them too tight. You want to be able to leave it loose enough to kind of let it pull up and down, or else it gets real stiff. So we're going to hop up, get these two sides put on, and then we'll get this thing wrapped up. All right, so last thing we got here is we got this safety cable that goes on there that holds that in place. And this don't have any spacers or anything. You just simply stick the screw through there. Make sure you get the right way where it's completely flat on the inside there. It's going to be hard to see with my hand, but everybody knows how to put a nut onto a bolt. So it's just like that. Same thing on the same other side. And it holds that on. So we're going to get the other side on, and then we're going to tighten this down here, and then we'll show you this and do kind of a little bit of a weight test on it. All right, guys, we got this thing all finished up, and this is what it looks like all shut up and complete. One thing that you normally worry about, especially something this when you got this much metal going on, is, or even plastic sometimes, but you worry about the rattle and the noise. But this thing's pretty solid. I don't think we're going to have to worry about anything. Like I said, I did have problems with these little rivets here. I got to get a smaller self-tapping screw. This is the only thing I had currently, but it's doing the job. I'm going to get something smaller. Just got to make sure that it isn't very long where it catches down there. But yeah, so basically whenever you're ready to use this thing, is just, I recommend kind of squeezing on that and taking the tension off, but you just pull those off. And then this just drops down here, and you got that. From what I've seen, I think this has about a 75-pound weight limit. I don't think we'll ever have anything that heavy on it. Mostly, one of the reasons I wanted one of these is a lot of times we're just on a daily Jeep drive, and we decide we want to pull over, get out the cooler, make a sandwich, and we're kindly, holding everything in our hand. This gives us a platform to put our plates and everything on, or if we're at camp and we want to be quick and don't want to bust up the big camping table, then we can just fit our little stove on this, and it holds it just fine. And this is the first one of these I have seen that actually is a two-tier. I've seen a lot of these that they fold down and they have a cutting board that comes out. Those are pretty nice. And but this is the first one I've seen that's actually a two-tier. If you don't want to use it, you just leave it up. But if you've got a use for it, you've got that there too. So, you can put your condiments up here and set your plate here and sit on the back of your Jeep and picnic and do all that. So anyways, let's try a couple things out on it and see what, how it holds up. All right, so I don't have any of my camping stuff available or anything to try out, but I did grab these two 10-pound bags here of potting mix just to give you an idea on the weight. So we got 20 pounds here just on this top shelf, and it's holding it just fine. It's not even budging at all. So, I can't imagine putting anything more than 20 pounds on this little shelf, but we'll put this one back up here. And then we are going to, this tool bag, if I had to guess, probably weighs about 30 pounds. It's pretty heavy, and this bottom shelf is holding it with no problem. So I really don't see any issues as far as weight goes. If you need more than 40 pounds on this thing, I mean, come on. So I think we ain't got no issues with that. Like I said in a couple minutes ago, basically my only, I guess, complaint or gripe would be the not coming with the directions. not the end of the world. Also, the issue with the small rivets. We'll see how that goes. That maybe time will tell on those. I really think my screws in there is going to hold it and not have any problems. Also, don't think I'm going to have any problems with this thing really rattling. So I think we'll be in good shape on that. So again, you just latch that. It's snug and you're good to go. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up this video. Like I said, I think I'm pretty happy with it for especially for being a budget price. I think on Amazon these go for about $80. I do have a link for you guys in the description that gives you an extra 20% off of this. So make sure, and if this interests you, can go on there and click on that. Also check out Suparee.com for all their other products. I think other than the no directions, which wasn't a big deal, we was able to figure that out. And then definitely putting my own screws in here. Not too hip on the little rivets on that. So other than that, that's really my only complaint. I think this is going to be great for what I need. So if you guys are in the Las Vegas area, November 5th through 8th, Suparee will be at SEMA, so make sure and stop and check their booth out on all their new products they're going to have out. Again, for Jeeps, pickups, SUVs, all sorts of things. So, all right, well, we're going to get out of here, and we appreciate you guys tuning in with us. And if you got any questions on this product or want any follow-ups after I try it out for a little bit, just shoot me a comment down below, and I will make sure and get back to you on that, or if you got any questions on the install. So anyways, as always, keep exploring. We'll see you guys next trip. Thanks. Bye.